Android 14 public beta is here for the Google Pixel phones. Now, if you have one of the more recent Pixel phones, you can download the Android 14 public beta and you can test it out on your phone. And I'm going to show you how to do that in this video. We're going to talk about how to install the Android 14 public beta. We're going to talk about, well, some of the reasons why maybe you shouldn't, because it's a beta. It's not necessarily officially stable, so you could run into some issues, right? Especially if this is your daily driver primary phone. Going to talk about some of the new features, and yeah, let's just get into it. Here we have Android 14. This is on my Pixel 6, and I recommend if you have two Pixel phones, like one you can install on, one you can leave the official one on, maybe that's probably the best bet. But anyway, if you want to go ahead and do this, then you certainly can. So Android 14, and as you can see here at face value, there's not a whole lot of difference. It kept my existing settings. I've got dark mode, all that stuff. One interesting thing, if you take a look, so previously when you would go into the settings and look at Android version, you can see it says Android 13 there. However, if you go into the settings on Android 14, they changed it up. It no longer says that. It actually says upside down cake. So it doesn't say Android 14, it just says upside down cake. And of course you can do the little Easter egg thing there if you tap on the Android version over and over. This has been something they've done for a long time. Seems like it hasn't really changed here lately. So Android 14. Now you're probably wondering, what's the difference? Well, at face value, there's not a whole lot of differences. Let me adjust something on my screen here real quick so it quits timing out while I'm trying to talk. So a couple of things. Now, one of the key things that they've come out with is they've actually improved the battery life, supposedly. So there's nothing on here that's going to show you that, but they did do something. But one of the things they've changed is it tells you battery usage from your last full charge, which I like. It's not like, here's your battery usage in the last 48 hours, 24 hours, whatever. It actually tells you since the last charge. So you can look here and see on Android 13, we'll go to battery usage, and this is what it looks like. And they did this, okay, battery level since last full charge, all that's great, but you see this whole graph and all this stuff. They've changed it up in here, so now you can look at it breakdown by apps and also breakdown by system, so you can get kind of a different detailed approach look at this. So that's something that they've changed up for sure. And then, of course, battery life's supposed to be improved. This is what I'm reading. So there's nothing that's going to tell you that really, but supposedly it's been more optimized, changes to how operating systems handles the background tasks, downloads, uploads, and some other stuff that they've changed. So that's cool. And then the whole screen time since last full charge and the battery settings menu, they took that out on Android 12, so that's back. And then larger fonts and smarter scaling. So they've made some adjustments so you can actually zoom in, you can have bigger text on your phone. So Android 13, it was limited to 130% zoom, and now you can do up to 200%. And they've also adjusted things so like it's compatible with more displays and screen sizes. So there is that. Notification flashes. So you can do something with notification flashes now, kind of like you remember the old annoying stuff with the iPhone. You see people's LED flash flashing or their screen whenever they get a notification. You can actually do that now. So let me see if I can figure out where it is in the settings. But you can go, it's probably the notifications. And let me see, flash notifications. There we go. So you can have it do the camera flash or the screen flash. So that's kind of cool. So those will work if you get a notification now. This is actually kind of something to help out for people who've got hearing loss or you're in an environment where you can't have the sound on. I don't know. There are applications for it, so that's kind of neat. Again, there's better support for larger screens. And I mentioned this briefly a minute ago. That's probably not a whole lot that's really going to impact you on your Pixel 6 or 7 phone. You can also do things like additional privacy stuff, restricting photo and video access. So you can go in, you've got more controls over that for specific photos and videos. Enhanced security. So there's more secure stuff for Android 14. And one of the things is they're cutting off support basically for stuff from, I think, Android 5.1 and earlier. They've updated some of the API stuff. So basically they're saying that one of the things when it comes to security is a lot of the security routes that people find and take advantage of are from old software, system processes and stuff like that from like a long time ago. So updating a lot of stuff, shutting off some of that older support and the way they do authentication, it's supposed to increase the overall security on the phone. So that's nice. Now, one thing I like they've actually added regional preferences, right? So you can, this is important because the phones are global. We've got the Imperial US standard here in the US for like temperature and distance and stuff. So you can set it up differently. And let me see if we can find this. Go into preferences. I don't know where that would be, honestly. But anyway, so you can have it set up for based off of calendars, numerals, and system-wide stuff, and that's good too. So anyway, so they're improving that, and also adding improved support for gendered languages like French and I think German. So there's going to be some more stuff there. Actually, let me see here. Type in regional preferences. There we go. Just search for it. So you can go ahead and change this stuff. Languages, app languages, regional preferences. So temperature, first day of the week, and numbers preferences. So that's nice. You can change it from, I guess it's only an option for me because of my region here is Western digits, but you're supposed to be able to change it. And then temperature, Celsius, Fahrenheit, all that stuff. And that's built in the system. So that's nice to have that availability on here. Satellite connectivity. So this is supposed to bring the option, I guess. I don't know a whole lot about it. But yeah. So Android 14 is confirmed satellite connectivity, but I think that's going to depend largely on the phone and the type of connectivity. I don't know that the Pixel 6 or the 7 are going to have that option. It's just a header I was reading, and yeah, we'll see how that gets implemented. Predictive back gestures. So one of the things when it comes to back gestures is, let's say you open up like Chrome or whatever, and you swipe back. Well, you don't know where you're going to go sometimes. I wasn't on that page. So, well, actually I was. But anyway, so you don't know if you're going to go back to the system. You don't know you're going to go back in the app. You don't know if you're going to go back in the browser. So they're supposed to have predictive back gestures that's supposed to work out better and be smarter for getting you, back to whether it's the home screen or the previous app or the back page on your browser. That's supposed to be something that's implemented here. So that's cool. Health Connect. Now, Health Connect app offers a way to centralize your app and fitness data, and that's supposed to be something that's integrated. App is supposed to be pre-installed on all Android 14 devices. And improved share options. So, not really sure what that means. Anyway, I'm just reading this off of like Wired.com for some of the top 12 features. But yeah, overall, when you take a look at what we've got here with Android 14, of course, yes, it's updated. You're going to see a whole lot of stuff here is largely the same, and you get the same experience with like One UI. You get the same kind of thing with iOS. We're kind of settled in pretty good here with the way things are going to look. A lot of those changes were made Android 10, Android 11, Android 12. So now it's a lot of emphasis on security, emphasis in personalization, emphasis in efficiency, and things like that. So at a day-to-day face value, you're not going to notice a whole lot of difference between like one of these two side by side when you compare them. But you can go ahead and go get this now, and it's very, very easy. So here, I'll show you on the phone. So all you need to do is Google, let me see, what did I Google? Android beta 14, and just type opt-in. And that's one way you can Google for it and go to the Android beta program. So you'll see right here, scroll down and you'll see what eligible devices you have. So I've got the Pixel 7 Pro, Pixel 6a, Pixel 7, and Pixel 6 Pro. And then you see my 6 is already in the Android beta program. All you have to do is tap the opt-on button or opt-in. And what that's going to do is then you go to the phone that you opted in on, and then you're going to go to your settings. So you'll go to the settings and do a system update. So you just go to, once you opt in with your device, you go to settings, go down to system update, and then you just check for update, and then it'll push it to that phone. It's an over-the-air update, which is pretty neat. And I'll have a link for this web page right here, straight down in the description, but it's the Android beta program under Google. Very easy to Google that, very easy to search it, very easy to opt in and get it set up, and then you can test out the Android 14 public beta on your Pixel phone. All right, so now we got an opportunity to look at Android 14 beta. So this is cool. This is one of the great perks of having a Pixel phone is you're one of the first people to get to try this out. Like, it's not available on the Samsung phone yet. It's not available on the Motorola phone yet. Now, it will be eventually. They'll have their own betas, but this is like ground level, grassroots, able to test it out as soon as it comes out. You've probably noticed in this video I've used the word test several times. That's what the beta is. So when the beta first comes out, basically they've got the new shell out, they've got everything, and it's trying to get it out for the developers. The developers already had access to the beta here a little while back, so they can update their apps, make sure they work properly, test them out. The goal is to have this platform stability, which is a major milestone for the new operating system update. So probably this summer we'll see platform stability, and then that means, okay, the operating system is fine, it's done, you can take it out of the oven, and then just basically it gives opportunity for more developers to get their apps updated. So not necessarily the most fun and exciting thing in the world, but some people really like to go in, test out the new operating system, see what the new features are, and there's some pretty new features here. So I think it's interesting enough, wanted to make this video, get it out there, and again, just a cautionary note, maybe if you've got like just one phone, you might not want to install this yet. I've not had huge issues in the past. Like largely it's pretty stable. And just based off the time I've used it today, I haven't run into issues. But I mean, there's a lot of Android stuff that can be done on here. I have had one or two things crash. So that's the thing. Maybe don't put it on your daily driver if you've got a secondary Pixel like a 6 or maybe even a 5. I got to see exactly how far this goes back. But so we get 3 years operating system, 5 year security patches. So it should go back to the Pixel 5. I think the 5 is the last one that's going to have this. So anyway, just some food for thought. Wanted to bring this video to you guys and let you know. So the link is in the description if you want to go check it out, opt in and download it. Pretty quick and painless process. And that's all I got. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you like this stuff, then sound off in the comment section. Let me know. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.